How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my small engine repair channel. Today's project's on this Cub Cadet self-propelled mower, and the customer was given it for free and wants me to take a look at it. He said it does run, but it runs really rough, like it's sputtering. So let's take a look and see if we can't figure it out for him. Alright, so first thing I want to do is just take a quick once over. I always do this. I just check my oils. Definitely dirty. And might be a tad bit overfilled. Let me just wipe that off real quick and check it again. Alright, so I wiped it off, stuck it back in. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it might be a little bit overfilled. That wouldn't cause the sputtering or engine issue there. Let's make sure it's got a little bit of fuel. Definitely has some fuel in there. Who knows if it's from this year or last year. I do notice that the rear wheels are very wobbly. So we could probably take a look at that, but let's try and figure out the running issue here. Let's just make sure there's an air filter in there. I do see an air filter in there, so we're just going to leave that alone for now. Take a quick peek underneath. Some sort of a different kind of a blade there. Alright, so let's just see if this will run. Let's take a quick, do a quick assessment. He says it runs. So it's got an Autochoke system. Tie off the bail up top here, just in case it runs. We'll keep it running that way. Okay, so it's definitely running, but it's running a little bit slow, and it's kind of sputtering a little bit, and there's some black smoke coming out of the exhaust. These are all indications that this thing is running really rich, meaning it's getting too much gas, not enough air. So a couple of problems that could be causing that is that the Autochoke system is staying engaged, or the air filter is really clogged. Let's take a look at the air filter. So the air filter is a little bit dirty, but it's not too bad. But I don't know if you can see in here. That choke lever is completely closed, and that's why this thing is running really rich. So let's figure out why this is running rich, why the choke lever is not opening when the engine is started. Alright, so to get access to the choke assembly back here, we have to take off this 10mm bolt and two 10mm nuts. Alright, there's a breather tube here. You can take that off. Just set it aside somehow. And then we'll take this off and we'll get access to this assembly here. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, well, I can see sort of what's going on, it looks like. So here's your choke butterfly valve, and this thing, it gets controlled by this arm. It looks like, okay, I thought it was stuck at first, but it's definitely not stuck. it defaults to the closed position for the next start. But what's supposed to open this, you can see this little arm right here is actually a air vane. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it up and underneath here, but this air vane back here, there's a flywheel up and underneath the shroud that spins around for cooling of the engine. And that also, that airflow hits that vane, and it's supposed to open it and push this choke assembly open when it's running. So it's supposed to be like this, right? So that when that vane gets pushed, it pushes on that arm and opens the choke, and it gets the proper amount of airflow in here. So this vane was definitely not on the proper side. Now, I am going to take off this top shroud and check out that vane assembly just to make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be there. So get this top cover off. I'm going to have to take off this fuel cap. I'm going to take a quick look at it there. Looks like the vent piece is okay. That's supposed to be split like that. Then there's a bunch of 8mm bolts here. And then sometimes these things are a little tricky. Sometimes they just slide off like that one. And sometimes there's like a little hook, little plastic hook on the front or back. Alright, now we got to get this shroud off, so that requires us to take these 3 10mm nuts off for the starter recoil. And then the starter recoil come off. I can just let that dangle. Put my cap back on so I don't get too many fumes going on. You can see that this assembly's got like a little clip here for the ignition coil to the spark plug wire. I'll just undo the spark plug just to kind of get this up and out of the way. And here's your vane system here. Okay, so everything looks okay there. I think this is going to end up being a quick and easy fix. The flywheel up top here is actually spinning, and it provides a whole bunch of airflow. This shroud directs that airflow down towards the engine to keep the engine cool, but then it also pushes on this flap assembly, and like I said, I don't see anything else wrong under here, so I'm just going to put this back on. Like I say, that airflow will push this backwards and open up that choke, and then once it's closed, once the engine stops, that will go back to that position, and it will close up the choke there for the next start. So this looks like a quick fix. Let's just see. I'm going to put it all back together, and we're going to give it a quick try. I'm just going to spray some of this off before we get going, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Okay, so I got everything put back together, and we're just going to test to see if that little quick fix is going to cause this baby to run a little bit better. start. Alright guys, so it's definitely running way better. You're going to get that black puff of smoke initially because it's running too rich on purpose when you start, because that's what the choke system does. And just to prove that our choke system is working properly, I'm going to take off this air filter assembly. And right now it's closed, and I'm going to fire it up and then let you see that it did open up there. Alright, so there you have it guys, quick and easy fix there. I don't know if someone was in here monkeying around with it, just put it back together incorrectly, but this one was a pretty easy one for us to fix here. So hopefully somebody gets some use out of this and learn something. And if you like the video, please show me a little love, smash the like button down below, and if you're not a subscriber, consider doing so. It really helps me out on the channel. So until our next project guys, take care.